Frankie, we got 4 Sprouts Macs today. 2 of them are organics. We're not going to cook them with organic stuff. Today on BoxMac.
What do we know about Sprouts?
They're a grocery store.
I have some memory of Nina like really perking up when we got them.
Yeah.
Sprouts, I
Here's
love Sprouts.
a selection of Sprouts Macs.
I have heard of that.
It's a farmer's market. Sprouts Farmer's Market.
More words that Nina likes.
Are these Fifi, you think?
Wood paneling, farmer's market, organic. That's 3 Fifi components.
And there's a brown panel to evoke wood, perhaps?
Yeah, wood panel. Just said that.
I thought you were talking about the background, which is also painted grained wood.
Oh, all right. It's made with real cheese. And yeah, it says naturally flavored.
Having real cheese in a macaroni and cheese would make it naturally flavored.
It doesn't preclude the statement natural flavoring.
Yeah.
I would only use natural flavoring on my box to say, sorry that there's no real cheese, but the flavoring, that's natural.
Lots of times now you'll see with artificial and natural flavors on lots of packaging, and they have to put that there. This is required though. Serving suggestion text, everything that has a picture of food on it. Or this one, enlarged to show detail.
Trying to protect the American public from misunderstanding the photo.
That's right. Even if I take something like my cinnamon toasters, enlarged to show detail.
Well, I should hope so, because these would be massive cinnamon toasters.
Cinnamon toasters, by the way, are the best.
This is an important detail about John, if you don't know, bagged cereal.
Oh, it's the way to go.
You never want cereal in a box, I suppose.
Chocolate marshmallow mateys.
Oh, the best. This is the only place that has them, too. I've been to other Walmarts. They don't have nearly this selection. This is 39 ounces, and it was $6. It's now with more cinnamon in every bite.
I wouldn't like having to sort of like finagle the bag.
It's about this hard. You open it up. Look, now it's open, and now you can pour. And then when you're done, you can seal instead of just like curl it up and stuff it in the box.
I like to have the bag in the box, and then the box I find more manageable.
I think you are living in the past, sir.
I once went to a very wealthy friend's house. Any cereal they bought went into one of those containers, those sealable containers.
Yep.
And then they had a massive kitchen, and you could sort of pull. It felt like a continental breakfast or something.
Oh yeah, so they had like one of those Rubbermaid containers you could pop it open and dump in whatever you wanted.
Right.
Oh, that's luxury. That's living in the lap.
That's class, baby.
Class!
I got all the classiest cereals. Let me tell you, they're all in containers. You could like pull the wool over your family's eyes and put cinnamon toasters into it instead of Cinnamon Toast Crunch and let them see if they figure it out.
It's actually better than Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I get it from Walmart, actually, because Target doesn't sell it, and neither does Stop and Shop. In Cinnamon Toast Crunch, it seems like what they do is they just take the little toasted things, right, and then they put a little sugar and cinnamon on it, and then they spray it really lightly with something to make it adhere. In these, they take the base piece and they coat it completely in like a sweet corn kind of glaze, and then they roll it in the cinnamon and sugar.
Yeah.
Super boring.
I only turned away because
You started looking away.
No, I did because I was hearing little like boil pops.
Yeah, you got so bored by my story.
I wanted to make sure that there was no boiling water on my arm.
I understand.
My sleeve is bad enough. I don't need boiled water on
I
here.
don't know what happens to your sleeves. I noticed this. This doesn't happen to me.
On the topic of cinnamon cereals,
Yes.
Cinnamon Life, Special K Cinnamon Pecan, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. In general, those are the 3 cereals I cycle through my life.
Really? You actually go through 3 cinnamon-based cereals?
Yes, I do. One of the best things about at least Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Cinnamon Life, when you get to the end of that box, all the cinnamon sugar settled at the bottom.
See, I actually find that to be the gross area. I can't deal with it.
It decorates the final bowl.
It just makes the milk like cinnamon sugar milk, which is weird.
Delicious.
Ew.
I wish they would put together a cereal that's just the bottom of the debris.
You ever seen that product that they had it in Walmart for a while where it was just cereal marshmallows that you could add to an existing cereal to up the marshmallow percent?
Wasn't there a limited release of Lucky Charms that was just marshmallow? 100% marshmallow?
I'm not sure.
I would never eat the all marshmallows. I don't really like the marshmallows to begin with.
No, I don't either.
Because I find they're like candy marshmallows.
Yeah.
And I find
They're
them to
just
be
sugar.
kind of bad on the teeth. Oh, do you use this as a cereal bowl?
I do. got an extra use.
It helps me measure it out. I pour the cereal to the line. One of the best things about shooting the show in John's home is you get to learn about other habits that are peripheral to the show. After we shot the first episode, the very first show, we were like, oh, we liked doing that BoxMac show. Maybe we'll do a few more. Maybe we'll do 12 a year, we were saying. And I thought that would be a lot. Like, if we did one a month. And we tried to book a show kitchen. And we were going to shoot it in a show kitchen.
It was going to be pretty cool.
And they were all outrageously expensive.
Yeah.
Like multiple thousands of dollars to shoot for a day. We committed to this space and we never looked back.
That's right.
Now we have to invade John's home.
Normally this table becomes, I don't eat at it, so it becomes kind of a pile of collecting things. So every time we do BoxMac, I have to kind of bring the level back down. It never kind of clears off.
Right, I can admit to that. Nina and I use our current table a little bit like storage.
Yeah.
Mostly for mail. You gotta throw out most of your mail right when you receive it.
I agree with you, Frankie.
It's very rare that you receive a quality piece of mail.
The only one last year that I think I got that I was actually interested in receiving was the rebate from my mini splits. You know, it's interesting. I've been watching This Old House for some reason because it's all on YouTube free now.
This old Junt.
Nothing I love more than to see, 1800s Victorian house restored and upgraded.
I mean, maybe I'm getting old, but I think maybe I'd like to watch that too. You were linking us to a lot of mansions that are in Middle America.
Yeah, you can buy a heck of a mansion in Mississippi for peanuts.
Less than $400,000.
Less than $400,000 for an amazing, 14-room mansion in Mississippi.
We're on the East Coast.
Yeah.
We have some of the more expensive real estate.
Us in California are actually the most expensive areas of the country.
The snobby coasts. It all goes with, the income. Right?
Yeah.
But in a world of remote work, how does that affect economics? For that mansion that we saw for $389.
Yeah.
Which I'll put an image of here.
Yep, beautiful. Here, in this space.
It was
Then neither camera can see it.
along the Z-axis. What would you pay here for that? 10 million?
1.8 million at least. I mean, if it was waterfront, you'd probably pay like 5 or 6 million.
Right.
We live near New Bedford, Massachusetts, and in New Bedford, there's some very beautiful houses, city mansions, that have small plots of land but are very nice houses. They sell for almost nothing because they're now in high crime areas.
That's right.
And nobody wants to live there.
Yeah, New Bedford is a real shithole. And we got 900 square feet for, $246.
Yep.
And we thought that was great.
For another 110,000, you could have had a 15-room mansion in Mississippi.
I don't know if anybody watches from Mississippi, but how much must Mississippi suck?
The thing is, a nice regular house is like 52,000 in Mississippi.
Out there, yeah.
Yeah.
You could write a check.
The other thing that we really don't know much about, Frankie, is we don't know what the property taxes are. In Westport, we're blessed with reasonably low property taxes.
Yes, but just our town. Yes, we're in Massachusetts, but we are on the Rhode Island border.
Yes, super close.
Like to the point that some people in our town identify as Rhode Islanders.
The property values go down 35% right over the line because every year they're paying twice the taxes
Yes.
that we pay.
Tiverton
which
is
may be
outrageous.
$6,000 a year more taxes for an average house, for example.
Nina and I spend, $1,400 a year on property tax?
Wow.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it's hilariously low.
Yeah. But that's also the school system we went through.
That's
and
right.
We ran out of paper in school. Do you remember that?
I know, they still do. My father's still a teacher in Westport, and they still run out of paper. They merged the middle and high school into the high school building, so it's super crowded now. They have 3 lunches. One starts at 10 a.m. What do they call it? Bedlam. Bedlam.
Speaking of our town, since we've been talking about it for so long.
Yeah.
Between Cinnamon Crunchers, one of the towniest piece of content that we've ever done was the Westport Fair.
Yeah, which not to berate the event, but the content makes it look better than it actually was.
Yeah. I was told recently that we made the Rain and Flea look better than it really was, but that was by Keith. And I was very...
I don't know if there's any accountant for Keith.
I don't know why he wouldn't like a warehouse full of toys.
Well, didn't we conclude that he just doesn't like shopping? He's going to watch this right now. He's going to be mortified.
That forehead caving in with frustration.
He's going to look away.
He's going to feel that irateness.
Yeah, no, it'll be more like that sadness and apprehension.
Use your hatred to destroy me. Anyway, the selectman of our town, who we did a promotional video for.
Steve Ouellette.
In 2002, when I was 16 and you were 40.
Yeah.
On New Year's Eve, he linked on the Westport Mass Facebook page to our video of the fair.
Yep.
And he nominated it for most entertaining yet mildly offensive videos of the year. And I was like, why mildly offensive? And he private messaged me.
Yep.
And he was like, because Not everybody gets those pregnant jokes you were making. Have you noticed that everybody is pregnant?
This is when the young teens, the 13s, the 14s come out and put their arms around each other and walk arm in arm.
And that's the beginning of the pregnancies.
The earliest possible stage. I mean, it happens, around these pods. People get pregnant.
I think that's what was offensive. The very notion that these young kids, but I didn't do it.
The town did it.
The town did it. Well, that's the thing I've learned about making content over the years is that there's a lot of things to invent in your mind to become offended by.
Yeah.
BoxMac is a pretty inoffensive show certainly by my standards.
Sure.
And, people find things to get offended by.
Oh, of course.
Some dude was pissed that we spoiled The Force Awakens on that one episode. The Han Solo thing.
Oh, that's old.
Right.
Get off your butt and watch it. I've seen that.
Yeah.
If I've seen it, y'all should have seen it.
When it comes to movie spoilers,
Yeah.
what are the statute of limitations?
If I've seen it or not.
I see.
No, it's really
I think that's most people's policy, and that's the problem.
as soon as it's out on Blu-ray.
And now it belongs to the population. And honestly, I think that's being polite. I think that probably 2 months, probably when it leaves theaters, it's like, did you see it or didn't you? Because we're all gonna be talking about it. If you like if you're like, I care about what happened in the Star War, then you're gonna, it's like $10 to go see what happened. I replied back, I said, Darth Vader is Luke's father too, by the way. And he was like, oh, that's a little different because that's older. And I'm like, well, right. So then
We're gonna wait 30 years?
we agree that time is a factor. So how much time?
You could just be like me and not remember anything about anything, and then everything, you'll hear the spoiler and then not realize it.
And not care that it was spoiled
Exactly.
and live a very nihilistic existence.
Oh, it's actually wonderful.
In all seriousness,
Yeah.
what's going on with the memory?
I don't think it's that bad, is it?
It's rough.
It's bad for events, awful for events. It's not bad for facts.
A few episodes back, we had that giggle fest about how's that Mac, Frankie?
Yeah.
And then you remembered it enough that on a future episode you referenced it.
Yeah.
On a different shooting day.
Yep.
And then when the episode released several weeks later, people were quoting it, and you said, hey, what are they all saying? You remembered that you said it.
Yep.
And then later forgot it. We are doing the roof first still.
Can we stop it, please? Because it's it makes everything more annoying.
I'm fully supportive of stopping it.
All right.
We admit that it's the better way to go, but we're not doing it. And we know that it's not always the better way to go for everyone. The whisk is weird. When I try to get some of it off,
Yeah.
it causes a little cheese explosion. Is this the Alfredo one?
Yeah.
I don't think it has milk. Look at that.
No, it got the milk.
Yeah?
100%.
No, 2%.
That needs a little more milk.
How was that milk, Frankie?
I'm high stressed. I got too many Macs to manage.
For as long as I've known him, John's always gone when kind of getting around and shuffling around. What is it exactly? What are you doing? You getting more air?
It's just a sound to let everyone outside me know that I am.
I've always known him to do it like right after he gets to the top of a flight of stairs. And then his bedroom door flies open, and then...
Because usually it's not actually all that funny. It's just a noise. I had to add a little more milk to this one, too.
That's pants, by the way. That's elastic pants. Don't make fun of my... Well, I don't know. They all look kind of interesting.
Yeah. They're all shells, too. They're all a little dry, though. I mean, especially this rapid one.
And I think it's also ripping up a bit. And you know me, I'm a real soft stirrer.
He's got a slow hand.
You want a man with a slow hand.
These are all, by the way, reduced butter preps. Half the normal amount of butter.
Reduced butter.
Try it with me now. Preps.
Reps.
It's not as easy as it seems.
I can do it.
All right.
I've been doing it.
Frankie, I'm pre-concerned that because everything was so dry and we had to add milk,
Hands me a spoon, 72 episodes in.
some of them we may have added too much milk and then it got a little watered down.
Rapid first?
All right.
So this is just their standard mac and cheese meal.
But this is organic.
It's okay.
Yeah. It's kind of unevolved flavor. It's very basic. It's nice.
More butter than cheese.
Yeah. It's a little salty too. And I added only a dash, but shells, non-organic. So this is actually interesting because this is the first time we're gonna have organic against non-organic of the same type of mac from the same brand.
Holy moly.
It's got more cream to it.
It's got more of a Parmesan type flavor. Or
Yeah,
a
a little
white.
stronger. Cheese sauce is a little like gummy and dry.
It is. Here's what I would say. Annie's had sort of bland cheese
Yep.
with good pasta. This is sort of like if they took the Annie's cheese and made it less bland
Yeah.
and then made the pasta worse.
That's right.
Well, not bad.
No,
So, I mean, both of them not bad so
Not
far.
bad.
This is organic.
stronger cheese.
Stronger something, yeah.
A lot more salt taste.
Organic versus like gluten-free or versus vegan
Yeah.
is there's really no substitutes. It's just farmed differently.
Yeah, not creamy.
Yeah, I really lost the cream. They all have dryness problems.
Yeah, they do.
And then finally, the one that kind of freaks me out the most. Yeah, it's strong of that herb flavor.
Yeah, herbs and pepper.
And a little bit of Parmesan cheese.
Tiny bit. Not bad though. It's still super dry. I actually like a really intense herb flavor, but you'd have to really like that.
This makes me self-conscious about my breath. Like the second I eat it, I'm
Yeah.
like, ooh, this is gonna be breathy for the rest of the day. So what we have here are 4 very average, nothing to call mom about Macs.
That's right.
We overdid it on milk in several places and still couldn't solve
they
the problem.
ended up dry. Not super impressed across the board, but they're all right. Again, buy yourself a box of 3 cheese, would you?
Or a nice big bag of cinnamon crunches.
Do it.
Were you interested in some of the videos we referenced in today's show? How about when we unboxed Sprouts or that Westport Fair video? Watch them here and especially on redcowentertainment.com.